Hi guys, this is Maria. I'm just going to be showing you a quick few tips about painting a wreath of succulents, and I just painted this one and I posted it just a few minutes ago, so I'm going to kind of give you some tips on how to do your own. The first thing that I did is make a light circle on my paper with just a light color so that it can kind of guide me with the shape. And the type of plants I'm going to be making are sort of more impressionistic. They're not going to be super detailed, but you'll know what they are, you know, especially when they're all grouped together like on a wreath. So the first thing that I'm going to do is make like a light green, and I use watercolor my God, what are they called? Well, I'll get back to you on that. I'll post it in the comments. But so like I'll mix like green with like a yellow to kind of make more of a yellow green, I guess. And the first shape that I'm going to show you is basically like it's almost like an aloe type of plant. You're going to make a middle section, which is the leaf that you're looking down on, which is why it doesn't look like a triangle or anything. It looks kind of ovalish. And then for the type that I'm doing, I'm going to show you how you just kind of like do half circles kind of around, and you want to leave some white space in between. And that kind of gives the impression of the individual leaves. And now I'm kind of making a point on the tip of that one. And then I just keep going around and I make the next layer a little bit bigger and more triangular and a little bit bigger, and see how it comes to like a point. And then I'm going to do that over here, and I'm going to do another one over here, and then like that. And you can kind of see how it's starting to take the shape of the succulent from above. And then you can take a smaller brush if you want, and in between the leaves you can do like almost like a diamond shape. And because we're doing this in a sort of like an impressionistic way, we're not going to put in more details in this, so we want to make sure there's still like whites in between so that the shape of the leaf is preserved and we don't have to go back in and shade it in. So we're just adding those. And there's really, I mean, even if you make a mistake, you're going to do this like all the way around and no one's going to notice if you made a mistake on one section. And you can go in and just kind of like put little tips if you want on to make them a little pointier. So you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of like a little cactus sort of plant. Probably has like a little prickle at the end, like that. So the next one, and you can choose to either wait till this dries or continue on, and then if there's any places where it bleeds, it still kind of looks nice. Like in mine that I did earlier, you can see like right here, the pink and the green bled together, and I kind of like it. So I'm going to show you the next one. Let's add like another color, so maybe we'll do a little pink. Oh, they're watercolor trays. They're the paint comes in it already like a hard, you don't have to like squeeze out any tubes, although you can refill them after they're empty. So that's what I was trying to think of earlier. So I'm going to use a little bit of red and pink and a little purplish pink to do the next shape. I'm going to do this one a little bigger. So I'm going to make it look like it's kind of going that way. So this is going to be the first shape. It's kind of like a petal shape. And another one next to it, and see how they're touching. This is like kind of the base. And then in between, I'm going to try not to touch so that there's some definition in between the shapes. So on the edges, it's going to be like those are the ones you're seeing from the side, so you don't want to make them the full petal shape. See, and you can also like make it look more like it's blooming by making like adding some petals to the outside that kind of splay out like that. That. And that kind of also gives it a little bit more of a fuller look. Like that. If you want to add any like, you know, different colors while it's wet, that's always a good time to do it. So I'm going to add like a little bit of purple in here. And I just touch it to the wet areas, and then I use my brush that's been kind of dried off a little to blend it in. And you're going to get a lot of beautiful variation in color. But if you know, this is a good time to add in the colors you want to blend in. And you can always go back in and do this again later if you want it to be darker. If you're going to add a little more purple or more pink, just like that. Let me show you one more. This one is going to be a darker green. So for this one, we kind of want it to look like a bunch of little leaves going out, but we're also looking at it from above. So the first thing we're going to do is start with a dark green. You can put a little bit of blue in it if you want. A lot of these plants have like a bluish hue, which is kind of nice to go with the other colors. And you want to start with a couple of center dots. Again, this is like the leaves are like coming up at you, so that's why they look circular. So you just kind of start with a few in the middle, and then you kind of start, well, this one's a little, you know, more ovally because it's going out from the center. And this one over here. And this one here. And then you kind of just start making them more oval shaped because they're coming out and you're seeing more of the leaf. And you're doing this, and you just keep going. Now that's like the second layer, and then even more so. Now you're getting to like the very outer leaves, which they're all kind of generating from the base, like right here. So that's why these ones are going to look like a different shape coming out. And I'm basing this off like a plant that's kind of got roundish kind of leaves, so there's not really a point, but you could do the exact same thing with a plant that has like pointy leaves. And you can go right up next to the one you just finished. Kind of. There you go. And then you can also do like some partial ones to make it look like they're kind of hiding behind other ones. So like more of like a teardrop shape into the spaces right there. There you go. So try that out, and then I'll be back with another video to show you how to complete it. Thanks for watching.